Hey, you could have watched this video a day early. Check out my Patreon for more details. Why, hello everybody. This week is Thanksgiving week. As of recording, Thanksgiving was yesterday. And so today's video, I initially had something else planned, but you know how Thanksgiving is. It eats up everybody's time, at least here in the States. So what we're gonna do for this week is we're just gonna have a little bit of fun. And we're gonna do another garbage pile video. And we're gonna talk about something that I've been sitting on for a little bit and I've been wanting to talk about in a video, but I never actually had the opportunity to do so. And that is, that's these. Look at these. Game Boy Advance video. Y'all remember this shit? So, Game Boy Advance, a little bit of a history lesson. Game Boy Advance, these two right here. This was the hottest shit ever. All right, if you had a Game Boy Advance, you were the coolest goddamn kid on the playground. All right, everybody had to own one of these. Everybody had a bunch of games for them, and some people would even trade their fucking games around. But some had these interesting little cartridges, and I have a couple. Oh, that one's upside down. I have a couple Game Boy Advance cartridges right here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out one of the Game Boy Advance video cards real fast, and you might notice, one of these is a little bit different. I never owned one of these as a kid because I just straight up didn't know about them. I just would watch my shows on TV, right? But some of my friends had some of these cartridges, and I would always look at them like, why is it such a lighter gray? Like, what's wrong with them? Like, are they special in some way? And yeah, they kind of are. These are full episodes. Well, this cartridge in specifically is 3 full episodes of The Fairly Odd Parents compressed to fit on a Game Boy Advance cartridge. Now, I did not do any research before I started recording this video, so I don't know how much physical memory is on a Game Boy Advance cartridge, but post-edit me will put it on screen right now. Trying to fit 3 whole episodes of a show into this thing, it's not gonna go very well. It's just not. Now you can watch the wacky world of The Fairly Odd Parents on your Game Boy Advance. Bring 3 of the very best episodes with you wherever you go. Now, they weren't lying, you know, they got this episode information super highway on here. This was always my favorite episode because, you know, the internet, and you look where I am right now. Of course I love the internet. Oh boy, there he is right now. There he is. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. Our boy, Butch Hartman. Oh man, Butch Hartman is a piece of shit, and I don't even feel bad about saying that. So this is actually a pretty interesting site, right? You got 3 episodes of Fairly Odd Parents squeezed onto 1 cartridge that goes inside of a Game Boy Advance, right? That's pretty fucking wild. But what if you, instead of 3 episodes of one show, you got an episode of 4 different shows on 1 cartridge? Well, here you go, the Cartoon Network collection. It's got an episode of Johnny Bravo, an episode of Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. All of these are shows that I watched a shit ton of as a kid. Less so Johnny Bravo, but I watched a shit ton of Courage, Ed, Edd n Eddy, and Billy and Mandy. So already, we're running into limitations. We're having 3 episodes of one show. You're imagining that it's gonna be compressed as shit, but now try doing 4 episodes of 4 different shows. Oh man! I brought out these 2 Game Boy Advances specifically so we could have a little bit of a demo before the episode's actually over. And you know, the worry is like copyright concerns and like, oh man, what is Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon going to sue the shit out of me? They're not gonna sue me, and if anything, they might just demonetize the video, so I better shill my Patreon extra hard. Hey, did you know that you could watch this episode a day early and get access to the bonus video? And I'll talk more about that at the end of the episode. But now, since I fucking hate Butch Hartman, we'll go ahead and pop in the Cartoon Network collection cartridge. And here, we'll talk about the main problem with Game Boy Advance video. The screen on a Game Boy Advance is not very good, and as you can see, not compatible with Game Boy Advance Player. You couldn't just pop this cartridge into a TV and record on like VHS or DVD and just have the episodes. Like, you have to watch it on Game Boy Advance. So here we go, press start. Oh man, this is impossible to see. This is impossible to see. All right, enough of this shit. Let's bring out the good Game Boy Advance. Now this Game Boy Advance, here we go. This one is interesting because I've modded it. Uh-oh. There we go. I got it to work. So this Game Boy Advance, just to briefly talk about it, I put an IPS display in, and I fixed up, I changed up the shell and everything, so it's still a Game Boy Advance SP, but just got a better screen. So it'll be much better for us to look at while we watch an episode of Ed, Edd n Eddy, AKA one of the greatest classic Cartoon Network shows. Press any button to... I don't think it's coming across on camera very well, but the compression is really bad. The sound sounds awful, the frame rate is garbage, it's all pixely and jaggedy, like it's just, oh man, it's awful. But having episodes of Ed, Edd n Eddy where you can just watch wherever, because remember, this was before iPods, right? I think this came out before video iPods, or at least if it did, kids did not have access to iPod videos at this time, right? iPod videos were either brand new or they weren't even out yet. So having one of these, this ghetto-ass fashion to watch Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon shows on a Game Boy, like that was some hot shit, man. That was hot fucking shit. And yeah, it's an interesting relic to look back on the concessions we had to make to watch our content wherever we wanted, you know? And I've only got these two specific cartridges with me. I've only got the Fairly Odd Parents one, and I've only got the Game Boy, and I've only got the Cartoon Network show here. And you know what? I feel like that's okay. They made plenty of other ones, actually. Let me get the manual. Here we go. This one talks about the Codename Kids Next Door bonus one. And then I think the Fairly Odd Parents talks about something else. Let me double check. Yeah, look at that. Fairly Odd Parents actually talks about a whole slew of Nickelodeon shows. I really want that Jimmy Neutron one. Oh boy. Going back to that old-ass 3D art style for Jimmy Neutron and then compress it down to fit on a Game Boy Advance, like that shit's wild, man. There were a couple other Fairly Odd Parents bundles. There were some random, like, big Nickelodeon bundles. Obviously, they had to have some SpongeBob ones. SpongeBob is Nickelodeon's biggest cash cow. This is just an interesting look back into the past of media consumption, you know? Because nowadays, you just got your phone. Where's my phone, actually? Here you go. You just got your phone out, and you can just do whatever you want. You can watch all the YouTube, all the Netflix, all the Hulu, all the Disney Plus, all the HBO, all the what is NBC's called? I think it's called Peacock. It's all confusing, and it's all this spider web of content consumption and everything. So it's interesting to remind myself of, you know, just when things were not so overbearing, I guess. It's also just funny. Like, I mean, look at it. Look at this fucking thing. You just watch Fairly Odd Parents on a Game Boy. And the only reason that this is somewhat viewable here is because I've got 3 or 4 fucking studio lights blaring on this Game Boy Advance. Man, you try to watch this anywhere that's not well lit, you cannot see it. This screen was not backlit at all. It's fucking garbage, man. And that's why we got the IPS panel over on this one. But me being me, I forgot to charge it. So we're gonna be stuck with the original Long Boy Game Boy Advance. But anyway, I feel like that was an interesting little look back. It's gonna be a shorter video this week just because, obviously, you know, Thanksgiving just happened, and I've had a lot of time taken up because of it. I'm honestly gonna be unsure if I'll be able to get this video out in time for the early bird Patreon special, but We're gonna try. We're gonna try. I want to go ahead and end this video by thanking my patrons because they really do a whole lot for me. They pay me money. They help me financially and directly. And even if you aren't a member of the Patreon, you don't need to support me directly on that. You can always just do any number of things to support me if you choose to do so. Like, let's say, watching till the end. So if you're hearing my voice right now, hey, you've already done enough, and that is quite amazing. Thank you for making it this far. Share, subscribe, like, comment, do all that other YouTuber shit. You know how it is. You know the grind. You know how it is. Wait a minute. I forgot one quick thing. I'm gonna butt in here. This is after I finished recording the video. I actually never talked about what the bonus video for this week is going to be. If you're on the Patreon, you get access to bonus videos, and this week's bonus video, we're gonna be talking about another Game Boy related thing, just because I wanna have fun this week. So we're going to be taking a look at Hamtaro Ham Hams Unite. I don't really have guilty pleasure games, right? But if I did have a guilty pleasure game, this may be the closest possible candidate of a guilty pleasure for me. I love this game so goddamn much, and there really isn't any logic behind it. I just played it as a kid, so I've got some really fond memories of it. So we're gonna open this bad boy up, we're gonna look at the manual, we're gonna talk about Hamtaro and how that was cool to me as a kid, and we're actually gonna play the game for a little bit. So hey, if you want some of that content, there will be a link, not only at the end of the video, but in the description down below. And thanks again to the patrons. Thanks again, everybody. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope you got a lot of turkey. I hope you got to eat a lot of food. Thanks again for supporting me. Have a good day.